Oh my gosh, friends, you are going to absolutely love these sourdough pancakes. Let me show you how to make these. First, you're going to take a cup of active starter. This is the most important part. You're going to take 1 cup of milk. I used 1%. You can use whole milk if you'd like. And 1 cup of an all-purpose flour. I just use the same flour that I use for my bread. And you're going to want to stir it all up until it's fully mixed and smooth. And then let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Then you're going to want to add 1 large egg along with 2 tablespoons of sugar of choice. I'm actually using monk fruit that I infused with vanilla bean. I generally take the vanilla bean, cut it open, and I put the vanilla into the sugar and kind of muddle it in. It takes it to a whole nother level. Then you can either add 2 tablespoons of melted butter or oil. I'm choosing to use avocado oil because I'm going to cook the pancakes in the butter. And you're going to want to give that a really gentle stir, mixing it up really gently. The one thing that I had forgotten to add at this point was the actual vanilla. It's 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but you're going to see that I'm going to add it during the dry ingredients. Again, it doesn't really matter at that point when you add it, but I did forget to add it to the wet ingredients. So I'm just gently stirring the mixture. You don't want to overwork the active starter, so I'm just gently working it in at this point to make it smooth. Then we're going to go ahead to the top of the mixture, add 1 teaspoon of baking soda that we're going to sprinkle over the top, along with 1 teaspoon of baking powder that we're sprinkling over. And here's the part that I added the vanilla, but again, you could add it in the wet ingredients. I just had forgotten it. And then we're going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And what you're going to do is you're going to gently stir this until it is slightly foamy. It's not going to be real foam, really, really foamy, but just give it a good fold to incorporate all of the dry ingredients in. And then I generally let it sit for just a few minutes while my pan is warming up with the butter to cook the pancake. Then we're going to go ahead and place butter in your skillet and cook over medium heat. You want to add your pancake batter to the skillet once it's heated. And you're going to flip it once you see a lot of bubbles forming on the top and cook it until it's a golden brown on both sides. This amount of batter that I made generally will make 6 very large pancakes, but of course if you make them smaller, you're gonna get double that batch. But I tend to like them big. I just want to eat one and be done, because if I make them small, I'm eating all of them. These pancakes are delicious. I make them for my granddaughters all the time. They love them with fruit and homemade whipped cream. I like them with the like a jam or a jelly with homemade whipped cream. This is what my husband loves, which is peanut butter and grade A maple syrup. Honestly, I make a whole batch of these and I just keep them in the fridge and then heat them up on a skillet the next day with butter, and they'll become fluffy again. They're perfect for meal prepping. You're gonna absolutely love these. They're fluffy. Oh my gosh, so delicious. Give them a try. Let me know what you think and tell me in the comments below.